Hello, I'm MC Toon, and it's Tuesday night. This is number 2 of the night, and so far it's the second no-show, but we'll see. You can see on the screen right here, I have the Discord room called Alex's Cry Room. So this was supposed to be Alex Morales. His chance to have a one-on-one with me. So I did what I normally do. I made a thumbnail for the video. I posted it. I sent him the link to the video, and it had a picture of him that was publicly posted on Facebook. You can even get to it without logging into Facebook. I do this as a normal thing. It is my usual my usual procedure. Sometimes they send me a picture, sometimes they don't. Sometimes there's some variation on exactly how it works, but often I'll just grab a picture from their Facebook. Never before has anybody had such a Karen fit about it. But Alex Morales turned into an absolute Karen. Now, of course, he was a Karen before. We know that. And he's demanding an apology from me. Now, if you heard last week, you would recall that Alex was nothing but insults. Lots of insults. Insults of every sort. Insults that end with phobic. Of every type of thing in front of phobic. Lots of insults. Slurs. Racial things. Everything. I mean, Alex Morales is one of the most vile and disgusting people ever to be on the globe. Absolutely disgusting, horrible person. But he demanded a debate, so he can have the debate. You have 7 minutes left to join, and then I'm going to open it up to the panel. In the meantime, you can enjoy the chat there. If you want, you can jump into the Discord server. The link should be in the description, or ask somebody here for one. There we have Sentient Arthur, who's got a sunset and winter solstice local time. That's interesting. It's I can see the let me pull this up. You can see where the time zones hit. That's pretty cool. Sentient Arthur knows a few things. He's a smart guy. I don't know if what you do is something you want to be known or not, so I won't do that. So yeah, that's a pretty cool map on the sunset local time for different areas on the solstice. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Of course, the solstice. There's people know. You know you're going to be on Digital Demonic Davros. There, he posted it was a sunrise or sunset time. Sunrise time in Australia, somewhere near where he lives, I suppose, and showing that it is in fact rising south of due east. Oh no, flat earthers, that doesn't work on your map. Cinnamon Control I did not debate him on my own. It was last week. He jumped into the live panel, the open panel, and made an absolute mess on it. Crapped on everything and then flew away. So anyway, I've got this, and if you know what's in here, good on you. So Alex is demanding that I apologize for using his freely available photograph right here. And I said, well, tell you what, Alex, first you apologize. I'll just pull it up. I'll find it here. For every single insult that you did first. Right here. I'll apologize. I misspelled it. Hold on a second. The OCD people will not approve. I'll apologize after you apologize for every time you swore, insulted, or made a bigoted statement. I await your apologies, Alex. You're going to expect me to apologize for using a picture and then no longer using the picture that you publicly posted on a publicly accessible website, I will definitely do that after you apologize for every single instance, individually, that you insulted last week on the live show, and every single one that you did on my Discord server since then. So then you will get your apology from me. Can't do that? Too bad. So people are... So if you're wondering, I gave Alex his very own room where he can go and cry and to his heart's content. So, he's either appearing offline or he finally ran away. I changed his name to Karen Morales. So he has just under 3 minutes, and then I'm going to open up the panel. I put the link in the general part of my Discord server. So you can... What are you posting, people? You're just going crazy. Even PJCnet is getting in on the action. So anyway, that's we've got just under 2 minutes left to do. Until he gets that. Until we close that off and he loses his chance to join. So let's see. Gregorio Gannon says you should get the panel to do their best Flurf impersonation, like Kenny yesterday on FTFE, and we can vote who is the best one. Hey, there is an idea. There is an idea. I think that's a good one. And I can't read that. I cannot read that. I tried downloading that and pulling it up in Photoshop. And I could not even, in using the levels in Photoshop, get it so I could see it. Don't know why. I bet it's naughty, and I know, so I should not have it on. So, all right. Let's see. Oh, we've got people popping in to Zoom, and none of them are named Alex. What is up with that, Alex? And I'm not seeing your apologies, Karen. I'm sorry. I should not say Alex. I should say Karen. Moderate a chat between Jake the Jake Hole and Jaren. That would be funny. Well, Jake is unmoderatable, so it would basically be unmute him for 2 minutes, let him spout his nonsense, and then mute him again. And Jaren just talks nonsense, so that would be fun. I would love to see that. Oh, there it is. Here, if your cheerleaders want to hear from me, talk to your boss, then tell your boss to man up and take one for the team and answer my demands. I demand things. I don't care, Alex. Don't care about your demands. So, oh, thanks, Digital Demonic Davros. I suspected that's what it said. So, all right. Yes, actually, we are all peers. I'm nobody's boss here. We do this out of enjoyment. Okay, well, Alex is not here, so oh my goodness, there are a lot of people. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna let a few in at a time. I'm going to get what about it? You want the kitty? Well, hold on a second. I will so that you can get it. She wants, don't, just wait. If you stay that way, you can go. Go ahead. There you go. You're good. Get the kitty. Getting the kitty. All right. Oh, yep. There's the kitty. The kitty's got. There it is. All right. Yep. So Karen Morales is demanding to talk to my manager. I'm kidding. Don't worry. She didn't understand what I'm talking about. So Karen Morales, there's no manager here. Gonna need to get a tissue. So, all right, I'm going to. I will hear. I'm gonna. I'll amend the the scene here. There it is. That will be the scene that people see. And all right, I'm gonna start letting people in. Let's start here with the first two that joined. And let's see. I think if anybody wants to be on screen, it makes it more interesting. But I notice people might not. Okay, so we've got Miss Christmer and Lael or Brady Photography.
I'm here.
Hey.
Hey, you got to mute the stream if you're
I
if
did.
you're on.
I did.
Awesome. Okay. Welcome.
Wow, it's been a while since we talked.
It has, Brady.
So much has happened.
Did you hear the debate with FDFE and the poll last night? Culling.
I heard what was supposed to be a debate.
It was
terrible.
It was Cookie Monster.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty pathetic.
That was terrible.
Flat Earth is dead.
That was just, yeah, Flat Earth's dead. That's, yeah.
It was never alive.
True.
Seriously.
Well, true. I wonder what's next.
Well, there's
5G.
There's no end to human stupidity. So
what if the G stands for girls? I'm all for it.
Yeah.
There's only two things infinite in this universe. The
Five
only
girls?
two things that are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. I'm not sure about the universe.
Yeah, really.
Einstein
The question is, Michael. The question is, will JWST launch on the 24th?
It will not launch on the 24th. They moved it to the 25th. 7 a.m. 7 a.m. the 25th.
They moved it to Christmas Day now?
Yeah, it's and even then is probably unlikely.
It's like a joke anymore at this point.
Well, XKCD did a very good graphic on it. How the predictions he modeled the predictions and the time and the prediction, like how far ahead in time they were, kept shrinking. So at some point they're going to meet. His graph met in 2026. But it's 2021, so early.
Now, are you aware that the JWST was actually proposed before Hubble launch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The Antarctic base there. That reminds me, on Facebook. So somebody took a video of a 24-hour sun in Antarctica and then placed over it a thing saying, "From the North Pole, this debunks the globe."
My God.
It has to have been not a flat earther to troll the flat earthers, because it's so wrong. The sun's moving the wrong way. It's got buildings everywhere, which you don't have at the North Pole because it's ice, not land.
Yeah. Or water in the summertime.
Yeah, and I don't know how much it actually thaws in the summer. I think there's still ice there, but I don't know. So yeah. Well, yeah, in the summer, of course, when there is 24-hour sun, it's not stable for sure, like it is in the winter. So
yeah, you guys are driving on the ice up there now by now, aren't you?
Yeah, they were talking about it, and like it. They say you want 8 to 10 inches to drive a car on the snow, on the ice, on the lake. No, nope. I'm noping out of that.
Nope.
I want at least a foot. So
I don't know if I would ever do it, to be honest with you.
I've done it. I've done it plenty. it still freaks me out. I've gone ice fishing. I don't like it much.
I prefer to go to Florida, drink
Yeah.
my drink, dump the ice on the pavement and drive over it. That's my driving on the ice.
Yeah, the ice fishing in Florida is pretty crappy, gotta say. So we have Chrismer here. I'll switch to Chrismer, Miss Chrismer. There you go. People can see your avatar now.
Yeah.
And you've got the stuff hooked up so that your head moves and your mouth moves stuff when you talk.
Yep, it works.
There you go. We've still got Daryl Frost in here talking about gravity. Not a flat earther, but misunderstands gravity. So nice in the ISS. I like that.
I like the invented gravity from the last guy.
Yeah, the levels of misunderstanding are amazing.
I'm amazed you haven't said anything about my outfit.
Oh, it's Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, but it's red, so she's gonna die.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not in the new one. Not in the new ones. No, the new ones is the gold shirts.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. It's all shades of gray to me.
Yeah.
KL, I like this. KL says, I predict you will become the amazing Randy of science ignorance. There's plenty of other topics. You are better than the guy over in England who likes to run a lot. Oh, Dan? Simon Dan?
Simon Dan.
He's great. It's funny you say that. I have 0.4 Bitcoin ready to dedicate to a fund, like Randy does, or I did. I'm going to send it to Brainy Beaver. He's agreed to hold it in escrow. So I'm not holding it, and it will come with instructions that any of my challenges that say that they are awarded that, follow the rules of that. Don't do what I say, do what the rules say. So I'm working on that. I sent a test transfer to him of a very small amount of Bitcoin, and it worked. But I'm going to send him a little liability release for him, because should the place that he's holding it have a problem, it's not his fault. It's not my fault. I'm not going to try to hold him liable for that. So once I do that, I'll send the money, and then I'm going to challenge things. So like, and PJCnet has been in the chat maybe. The people that think that ghosts or spirits exist, or more to the point, that they can remote see things. So for example, I have a Rubik's Cube. If I'm going to set it behind me there. Where do you see it? You right back there, right where Santa Brainy Beaver is. And I'm going to go back to Karen on Discord there. And whatever color is facing forward, somebody who can remote see would be able to remotely see that. Of 3 tests, for example, that being one of them. You get it, you get $10,000. There it is.
But you're colorblind, so how are you going to verify if they're right or not?
That's a good point. It's all grays. No, it's not all grays. I can tell all the colors on this. Otherwise, okay. I wouldn't be able to solve it. The V Cube, which is a different brand that made some of the larger numbered ones. The yellow and green, I can't tell. So I have people put dots on it, so I can tell.
Oh, that's nice.
But they wear off.
Oh, that's not so nice.
Yeah, and then I'm in trouble. So I'm like, oh, especially if it's mixed up. If it's not mixed up, I can redo them. But if it is mixed up, then they have to go and look at them all. So I try to get them to redo the dots before I mix it up. So
I finally found you on Discord. Now I have one Discord friend.
That's nice.
Yeah.
One friend. So, just Daryl Frost, just showing your misunderstanding. It's been a while since F equals ma is considered any more than an approximation. MC Toon, at least Hamiltonian takes energy into consideration, as does Lagrangian analysis. Certainly, Daryl. And yet, people use F equals ma over the more expansive ones for the majority of calculations that they need. So somehow it still works. All right.
You know, are really digging the bottom of the pot when you're finding these people that have the really, really old arguments that have all been destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whenever you go to SARPs, you're digging at the bottom of the barrel anyway.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they are the bottom 0.0001% of intelligence of human society already.
That's putting it kind of high, isn't it?
It is. I'm being generous.
I would say 10 to the negative 17%.
That could be. A KL for 5 Canadians says that came out all wrong. Of course, Dan is great. I just find your show more thorough. Well, it is more thorough. I have more time. Dan does about 15 minutes. I have 2 hours in a week. And so I'm not talking the whole time, but I have a lot more time to go over stuff. So I suppose that's right.
The more haters, the less time you have, I guess.
Yeah.
Dan has a lot of haters. For sure.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Oh.
I don't even... You couldn't even count the number of haters he has.
Yeah. Oh, Daryl. I mean, I like Daryl, but I don't know why he's going on. I don't understand his like angle on gravity. Like, he's right on some things and then gets way off on some things. So he says, if you're designing the GPS navigation system using F equals ma is the wrong thing. Absolutely, you're right. You got to use relativity for that. But that doesn't mean F equals ma is not useful. It depends how many digits of precision you need. If you need less than 6, probably more than that, then F equals ma is fine. If you need more than a certain level of precision, then you got to go elsewhere.
I don't know, but judging by who I am and my name, you know where my flat Earth rules end. I mean, 72 photography. Come on.
Yeah. Exactly.
I actually shoot with a film camera at times, so I know that Hasselblad. I have a Mamiya medium format camera.
A Malia?
Mamiya.
Mamiya. Is it Italian?
Yeah,
it sounds Italian.
No, it's actually I'm not sure. I think it's Japanese, but it's the same camera Leibowitz shoots with.
Okay. I don't know photographers other than Peter Lick. I have Peter Lick's book right over there. The big book.
Know Annie? You never heard of Annie Leibowitz?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's huge.
So, all right. I'm going to bring in, let's see, Lael has been waiting longer than anybody else. So I'm going to bring Lael in here. So hold on a second. Lael, there's your chance to mute the live stream. So there we go.
He's still calling you a money scam channel. So that hasn't changed.
Who is?
Karen.
Oh, Karen Morales? Oh.
Yeah. She keeps on calling you a money scam channel.
Yeah. All right. So look at this. So everyone's not going to acknowledge the fact that MC Toon is hiding and he's scared. I literally sent him the link. Literally sent Karen Morales the link.
Hey, Karen, if we can click on it, I'm sure you can manage.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Karen.
Poor Karen.
Hey, Lael. Mouth breather for $2 says free money because it'll make Alex sad. Oh, that gets. I'm gonna post that right in there. Oh, but you gotta call him. You gotta call him Karen. Karen. He got so mad last week when he got called Karen.
Yeah, he was like, "Don't you know what that means in the hood?" I'm like,
I have no idea,
"No, I
but
have no
it's
idea."
funny as can be. So I changed his name on Discord to be Karen. Oh,
He's still going on.
oh, he's so mad, and thinks I'm scared. I sent him a link. Just
Hey
click it.
Karen, are you triggered?
I don't think he can hear.
I don't think he's watching.
No,
No.
he's just in the. He's on a phone. He can't do two things at the same time on a phone.
Yeah, that's right. Unless he's got two phones, then he could be watching and.
I don't know.
'Cause
Oh.
I've seen photographers do that. Use one phone and then record one phone with another phone, and I'm like, you can just do a screen grab, right?
No.
Thank you, Mr. P.
Oh, what did Mr. P say?
Triggered.
Oh, yeah.
Triggered.
I love that. Is this an yep, there it is. The animated. Love that.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
That's him right now.
That's him right there.
Yep.
A mouth breather says you just used a pic of me without my consent.
I feel personally attacked.
Oh, the amount of insults that he dropped on everybody, and it's like, you need to apologize to me. Oh, that's cute. That's
Karen,
cute.
oh, you're so cute.
Karen finds any way to back out of the debate.
So, Lael, the guy and Danny that was supposed to debate earlier, I don't know where he is. He's a former LDS.
Ellie, yeah.
I can't talk.
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, you can? My thing's just not lighting up there, so I can't. First of all, before we get into anything, I have to apologize for last week. I'm completely sorry. I just get kind of frustrated when I ask a direct question and they never answer, as you could tell. So I apologize for that.
I understand
that all
it.
the time.
I forgive you. Yeah, and that they can't answer. There is no answer.
Yeah.
It's what you expect. It's about setting expectations. It's like you ask them a question knowing there won't be an answer. The non-answer is what we look for. So, oh, here Karen says
Something psychologically wrong with that.
Oh yeah, Karen Morales here says you have your chance right now to ridicule me and make me look stupid, but on Discord, are you down or not?
You already
No.
gave him a link.
He's got a link right there.
Karen, you already look stupid.
Yeah, I don't need to do anything.
No.
He doesn't need to do a
Yeah.
damn thing. Sorry.
Pathetically stupid.
Like this it's got to be on Discord. Why has it got to be on Discord?
What's the difference between doing on Discord and on Spoon? Just
MC, tell him you'll do it on Discord if he answers how far too far is.
He won't. Oh,
9.8 miles.
It's just hard to fathom. Like, why can we see the sun, which is at minimum 3,000 miles up, but we can't see across an ocean 2,000 miles or 1,000,
Yeah.
even 50 miles? Why can't we see 50 miles across an ocean standing at sea level?
what I want to know is how can we see the stars at millions and billions of miles away, but yet I can't see Japan over the ocean?
well, of course, the flat earthers don't say the stars are millions of miles away, but
Yeah.
they
sure.
do say that the stars are farther than Japan on the dome, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
No.
it doesn't.
But
Really doesn't.
posed with any significant questions like that, they won't answer.
Yeah,
Like, for example, if the dome is reflective, how does light not bounce off the dome and light up the entire world?
yeah, true.
I want to know how we're not smothering in all this stagnant air.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can see the reflection of the light of MC Toon's monitor off his glasses. Why couldn't we see the sun's reflection off the dome?
Well, you can at certain temperatures, under certain conditions, you see sundogs, which they say are reflections off the dome, which doesn't make sense because you should see it all the time, right? Why would you need?
Is it colder up there close to the sun, or warmer up there close to the sun?
I don't know. Nathan Thompson says that he has an idea that the sun is cold, yet outputs hot light. I don't know how that happens, but
Man, I wish it
You're
was like that
having-
here in the state I live in, where it gets to 115 degrees Fahrenheit during the summertime.
He is having
That's not
a
very cold to
conniption
me.
fit. Said he's having a conniption fit on Discord.
oh yeah, he's like, I'm not going on his channel. I will not support it.
Hey, so I'm gonna post a picture in Discord right this moment that I want a flat earther to tell me what it is.
Oh,
Posted,
got it.
and I shot this.
Yeah.
So this
It's
isn't taken
CGI.
by someone else,
Oh wow. That
not
is
CGI,
beautiful.
because I shot that in South Carolina in 2017.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, but here's my argument against that. If I were a flat earther, everything on my computer screen, my monitors, is ones and zeros translated so I can see it. So it is CGI, computer graph generated graphics.
As is your voice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
your voice is too. So am I CGI? Well, I mean, technically I am CGI.
I can tell McCoon's not because I can see his body, but that might be just. Well, no, that's CGI too. It has to be. Tuner, you CGI also?
Yes, definitely.
Did they and them program you with the smushiness?
Just look at me. I'm definitely CGI.
Oh yeah.
I'll let people see you. There you go. We got T. Brown, who's talking crap about sextants, doesn't understand how they work, and thinks he's debunked them. And he posted, I don't know, Facebook, I think, or no, it was on YouTube. I said, sack up or shut up. Join me right now. So he didn't. He ran. MCTune at mctune.net. I'll send you that.
Just to prove that I have a series of these is another.
Wow, I'm as white as the ISS.
This is the actual diamond ring.
All right, hold on a second. I gotta get back to Discord there. The actual what?
The ring.
Oh, there's too much. Oh, there it is. There's so much traffic on there. This one here.
I don't know. I can't see. You gotta.
There you go. Okay, it's on the
You're
stream.
over.
Yeah, it's got Brady over it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's my watermark. Yeah, that's the ring.
cool.
I actually have it on video too.
That appears to be the black hole sun, the K2 Arahu or whoever.
Black
But I
hole.
can't tell.
Won't you come
Well, I don't know how many of you guys have
away
actually seen one of these.
again?
I've not seen a full eclipse.
It is worth it to make it to wherever you need to make it to see one. It is something you'll never forget.
Hey, have you ever seen the YouTuber Better Every Day? I think that's the name.
Yeah.
Smarter
Yes.
every day.
Smarter every day.
Yeah.
He filmed a solar eclipse that was actually setting. He was in, I think he was a little bit below the equator. It was really cool to see that. I've never seen that before, because I always see like up in the high in the sky, you know. But he filmed an eclipse, a solar eclipse setting.
Oh yeah, I saw one. There was a video from an aircraft of a setting eclipse. That was pretty cool.
Hey, did you see what Casma Cavalier says in chat? Oh, well, he's so harmless. He took too much LDS in the 60s.
Too much LDS in the 60s. Yeah.
That would be kind of hard because I was born in the 70s.
That's just how much LDS you took.
Okay,
You took a
but I
lot
was
of
born in the late
LDS.
70s, so.
So let's see.
Took a
Terry
lot of those
Davies
guys.
said he posted an image for flatters to explain. So hold on. Where did you post that in general? I'll see. And T Brown doesn't understand simple geometry. No surprise. Sorry, Terry, send it to me in DM because I can't see it. T Brown is talking about the curved adjacent. Clearly he doesn't understand basic geometry, but T Brown, send me an email. I'll send you a Zoom link. I'll explain the simple geometry to you right now live. You won't understand it, but we will all have a fun time humiliating you live. So
I got a question for Gary Wybinga if he wants to answer it in chat.
he won't. He won't. Set your expectations. Gary Wybinga won't answer it. He can't.
This is a good question too, and you'll probably laugh. How much smushing occurs at the density convergence zone?
How much smushing?
How much smushing occurs at the density convergence zone?
To a flat earther, infinite, right? Infinite.
Where is the density convergence zone?
Wherever they need it to be to answer their ad hoc explanation.
Conversion.
Well, since I ad hoc made that term up, so they'd have pretty difficult.
I love the term smushing. They'll love that.
Yeah.
Smushing. Smushing is fun. Wait, never mind.
So
yeah, I was watching videos the other day, and I was watching videos of airplanes landing, and something I saw a video, and it gave a good opposite definition of when you see rockets like go and they say that they're crashing. If you watch an airplane approaching landing, they're gonna appear lower and get higher as they get closer to you before they go over your head and land behind you. So where's that airplane coming from? The dirt?
Don't know. All right. I'm going to. So Karen thinks that talking to me on Discord won't go on my channel apparently. So I'm going to just I'm going to bring them on through Discord. So you guys, I'm gonna drop out your what I'll do is I'll mute you and then I'll unmute you when it's time. Okay.
Okay.
Because he won't be able to hear you. It's calling him, but he's not answering. He's demanding. It's ever so
Shocking.
demanding.
Shocking.
What a shocking development.
Yeah, totally shocking.
There's a problem
Never
with
would
your
imagine
picture,
that.
Miss Christmer.
Yeah, what?
Where are the harnesses?
They're invisible.
Why isn't her hair floating?
It is, you can't tell. There's artificial gravity. I don't know.
Artificial gravity on the ISS, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
I call that. I don't think that's a real image. I think it's CGI.
It's definitely not CGI. This is me. But you see, I'm wearing a mask too and everything.
So nothing from Alex. He has not
That's really
answered.
surprising. That's not surprising
Nothing
at
from
all.
Monkey
actually.
Girl.
Mouse girl, not a monkey. I'm not a monka. Not a monka.
Well, no, he's still monkey. He's not evolved yet.
Oh,
All right.
he's a monkey, yeah. He's definitely a monkey.
All right, Tune, I have a question for you. I see Mallory in chat, but not Jon Snow. But then when I see Jon Snow in chat, I don't see Mallory. What's up with that?
Ooh, that's
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, but where's Team Skeptic?
yeah, where's Team Skeptic at?
Yep. T Brown still is so confused about how sextants get their angles. Basic geometry is beyond him.
I can state up front here that I don't understand sextants, but that doesn't mean I'm going to reject what people say. People who know how to use them say about them.
Well, you're just a shill then.
All right. I'll admit I'm a chill. So what? What's your point?
So if
I'm just
only
making one.
I wish we joke about it, but wouldn't it be nice if NASA sent us a big old fat check every month?
Yeah.
They didn't send
Yeah,
you.
that would be nice. That would be awesome.
They
And
didn't send-
hell, I should be getting one at least before you guys. My father worked at NASA.
No kidding. Yeah.
Wow.
He
Tune,
worked at Goddard. He worked on Hubble last before he retired.
I can't believe they haven't sent you your check yet, Tune. Mine says Lael King of the Flips on it. I don't get why you haven't gotten yours yet. It should say MC Tune on it.
You got to talk to Sharon.
Is she the battery operator?
So
She's in payroll.
Oh, okay.
So apparently Alex is not answering Discord because he's installing Zoom, which I told him last week we would be using. Could not plan ahead.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
You know what happened, Tune, when you said I'll be using Zoom in opening panel? I'm on Linux. What did I do? I installed Zoom.
Yeah.
I mean, it took like 2 seconds to install, and then it took a little bit longer time to actually get in. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying.
Shill.
Oh. We got
Microsoft did give me my paycheck this year.
Punchy's in the chat. Oh, it's been forever.
Oh, Punchy. Hi, Punchy.
Punchy McPuncher.
So T Brown, let's see, what did T Brown say? Zenith is 90 degrees to the horizontal plane. No, zenith is straight up. That's what it is. There is no such thing as a horizontal plane, of course, but zenith is straight up.
I see Sean Carroll in chat. Is that a sock account or is that the real Sean Carroll?
I don't know.
You know who Sean Carroll is, right?
Nope.
He's a scholar.
Oh.
I think he's a biblical scholar, but he's atheist.
Okay.
Okay.
An atheist biblical scholar.
There's a couple of them out there.
Yeah.
Like Francesca something. I can't pronounce her last name. But there's a couple. And Digital Hammurabi, what's his name?
He's
atheist.
Sean Carroll says, that is my real name, but I'm not that Sean.
Yeah, that's what they and them want you to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm discovering I have pictures of the clouds being lit from beneath. What will I do with this picture?
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I've got 4 people waiting. I'm going to say goodbye to you 3. And we're going to, I'm going to let in another 2. I'm going to disconnect the call from there that he didn't answer. So, all right, go ahead. Say your goodbyes.
I got a doctor's appointment in the morning anyway, but it's been good talking to you again, Michael. Always reach out to me if you need any photography type info. I've done people, landscapes, everything. So
awesome. Well, I'll be sure to to when I need to do some modeling, I'll call you up.
I'll get you a good headshot. I'm not shooting you naked though.
All right. I appreciate that.
Later, dude.
I don't have anything special to say except for I'm the producer of NASA Bucket 33, and I run my own little Twitch channel that I play games on. And thank you for letting us on, MC2. It was fun.
You're welcome.
And
Yeah,
hopefully,
good hearing you, Leo and Chrismer and all that. Good talking to you guys.
yeah. And
All
hopefully
right.
next time you get another flip phone, they won't chicken out like this Karen did.
Yep. Karen's a little scared, so. All right.
Karen's gonna be a Karen.
He's boiled chicken.
All right. If I kick you out, then you can't come in. So if you just close out and hit the end in the bottom corner there, then it won't kick you
All
out.
right.
You could come back. So.
All
All
right.
right, my man. Take care.
Later
All
then.
right. We'll see you.
Bye.
Let's see. All right. We're gonna go with Rick Shoutwood. So if your name, I see your name, I'm just gonna read it. So you can change your name if you don't want me to read your name. So sorry. Rick, you're coming up, and then it'll be Little Wolf, who I don't know if I've spoken to either of them before. So welcome, Rick and Little Wolf.
Hi, Mike.
Hello. All right. Introduce yourselves.
I'm just hanging out. I did send you a copy of Back Office. Did that work out for you?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I haven't installed it yet. I've been learning Laravel, so I'm busy learning a brand new technology for writing web pages. So all I've been doing for a while.
Well, you know where to reach me if you ever have any problems with it.
Yes, thank you. And my I do have at work, which I'm working from home, so I don't have my computer at work handy. I do have Office installed in there, but I haven't in my one here.
How do you connect to work?
Usually just over SSH.
Ah, okay. We use VPN.
Yeah, so yeah, I have a VPN too.
So, but you could connect to, you could use remote desktop, couldn't you?
To my Mac at work?
Yeah.
Yes. I just haven't had a need. So
Yeah, you don't use Xcode at all, do you?
I do. No, I don't. I've done the majority of my programming is Java, and then
Okay.
this new stuff Laravel is PHP based.
Okay. Yeah, no, I have to battle with Xcode on a daily basis.
Oh. So yeah, QED, does Laravel use the log4j package? No. It is in it's in PHP, but funny thing, if you have time for a little story, people. Grab yourself a little beverage. I will too. When I was looking on whether or not we wanted to use log4j in our software, I had recently gotten poison ivy. And so I was on prednisone because poison ivy goes systemic with me quickly, and I was everywhere experiencing poison ivy. So I was on prednisone, pretty strong prednisone, which affects your ability to sleep and think and not get mad at everybody all the time. So I was staying, it was worked out well because I wasn't staying at home for a couple days in a row. And I just could not think straight. So it was difficult. So I read the log4j manual while on strong prednisone, and it did not make sense to me. I'm like, what is this? So I got past that, and the stuff that I knew was what I had built at my previous job for logging. And I'm like, you know what? Let's forget it. I'm just going to do like I did before, create a new logging package myself. And that's what I did. I wrote from scratch a copy of the logging package that we used prior, that I had used in a prior job. All new code, nothing copied from the code. I didn't have access to it, but kind of in the same idea. And that is the logging package that our software uses, the stuff that I wrote back after I had prednisone because of poison ivy. So we are not affected by that log4j bug. Now, if you're all wondering, what is that about? Well, log4j last week had a massive vulnerability discovered in it. And the fix was actually not that challenging. But it did not directly affect us. Now, we did have some other things, some tertiary packages that use log4j that we patched. But our main stuff was unaffected. So, apparently Karen is calling me. Oh, Karen is calling me on Discord. So, QED, that's a long explanation for no, it does not affect me. But I do see that Karen is yeah. All right, so guys, I'm going to answer this call from Karen, and I don't know how long it'll last because he's quite vile. So, all right, he won't be able to hear you, so, and I won't mute you, but if you talk to me, I'll hear you, so don't. You'll mess me up. All right. Let's see. Oh, we've got...
Do you have me on fucking chat yet? Or what's going on, man?
Yeah, I got ya.
Hey, look, like, how does this even work, bro? Like, I'm literally in the chat rooms, but I can hear you. Like, what the fuck I just do? Like, remember, oh, okay, I see MC Toon. I got a whole video and shit. I see that. But I don't want a video. You know I don't want my face seen. Not because your homies are gonna know you're a flatter. Nah, bro. I just don't like my face being shown, bro. I'm on some other shit. You don't live life like I live. I don't need my face all over shit. So how do I take this off, bro? That's why I didn't like what you did, bro. Like, you don't understand, bro. It wasn't about what you did. I don't give a fuck. That's nothing. You just don't understand why I don't like it. You feel me?
Nope. Don't care.
I know you don't care because you're a bitch, dude. And I'm supposed to care about what you saying? Do you see why I act the way I act now?
Nope. It's
like, I don't think you understand, bro. You live in this world where everybody kiss your ass. Hey, hold on, motherfucker. You live in this world where these motherfuckers kiss your ass. They make you, everything you comes out your mouth. They ha 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 ha, smiley face, this and that. Like, you caught up in that world. You got to understand the real world. You don't do shit like that, my G. I'm sorry I called you my G. Let me talk to you like you would understand. You don't do shit like that, sir. That is weird, sir. I didn't give you permission to. That's like me doing that to you. And you would be like, yo, why you went in my shit and took my picture? Maybe you wouldn't have. Maybe you don't care because you that type of dude.
People
but that shit
do
to
that
me, hey, bro, I got my kids. Hold on. Bro, I got my children on my profile. I got my fucking all types of shit. And you want to go on my shit? Like I invited you? Like you tripping. I know you want to make it painted however you want to paint it for these fucking fags. But the truth is, you fucked up, dude.
I don't
care. And I just want an apology. But you can't even give me an apology. You like fucking 60 fucking years old. And you can't even understand that you fucked up as a man.
Don't care.
You took another man's picture without his permission and you made a whole YouTube channel. I know you don't care.
Don't care.
Oh, I don't care. I'm a bitch. I don't care. It means nothing to me. Nigga, that's bitch shit. I'm trying to tell you. But anyways, let's get past that.
And there it is. He can't control his mouth. He's out. He is out. No, it did not take long. It did not take long. So that ended it. He's done. Absolutely done. Never to be on here again. He is a absolutely and completely vile and despicable piece of garbage in the shape of a human. That's what he is. I don't care, Alex, that you didn't want your picture. I understand that because you're a flat earther, it would be very embarrassing. It should be. being a flat earther is a horrible and terrible thing. You are the stupidest people on the globe. You should not be a flat earther. People should not take you seriously. There is nothing redeemable about being a flat earther, Alex. Outside of your flat earther religion, Alex, you are also a horrible and terrible person. I do not want you to be a glober. I do not want you to change your mind. I want you to continue to be a flat earther because you are an embarrassment to the rest of humanity. There you go. All right. Now that that's off, we've got, so which, all right. And I don't know, we've got Little Wolf and Rick. Who was I talking to about Microsoft?
That was me. That was Rick.
Rick. Okay.
So Little Wolf should take some time here.
All right. Little Wolf, how are you? Introduce yourself.
I'm doing okay. Well, it was just kind of weird in your last stream. Garrus all of a sudden said I should go back on, so I figured I'll try.
Yeah, well, good.
I think most would know me from either just messing around in the chats or watching my videos with old cartoons and movie reviews and things.
All right. I don't know if I've seen them, but that sounds good. If you send me a link, I'll pop it in chat. People can go sub.
Yeah, I can send you one as soon as I get off of here with you. I'm on my phone too. So.
Oh, okay. I like the
I'm better than Alex with my phone, but you know.
People are sending. All right, stop sending the link to Zoom because he's never coming on again. But I love their people's this one here. The garbage cans dancing.
Oh wow. It's just amazing how he says he wants to like be more about the message of it, but it's like, you know, it's how you deliver the message that's also important. So
oh yeah, your delivery matters. Delivery matters.
I'm just amused that he thinks he's telling us stuff that we haven't all heard before.
Yes, yeah.
I'm suddenly picturing Ace Ventura at the beginning when he's walking through with the package and just slamming it everywhere.
Oh, yep. The raccoon in the garbage. Keep it up, people. I love these. Oh, so what's in here is affecting me just a little. So I'm a little So yeah, so post the link. If you need, post it in general instead of in Alex's cry room.
I'm pretty sure King Crew is still out in the chat. He could post a link to my channel.
Okay. Oh yeah, King Crew says, oh there. All right, so Mute Donkey posted a link to it.
Oh sweet, thank you, Donkey.
Let's see. Virillion says, oh, hold on. Mouth breather. Where is it? I got to go back up. Oh, my goodness. Quitties. Quitties says, Karen thinks you're not making money now. Mouth breather says, last bit of free money. Cry more, Alex. Aren't you Alex, you aren't hard. Good night, too. Well, thank you. Very good night. Mouth breather. I'll send that to Karen Morales. I should do it on there we go. On Messenger as well. Thank you for that, mouth breather. Virillion says someone better tell his brother and sister their son is cussing. And Angel Gamer says it's unfortunate that he has children. No one deserves him as a father.
Oh wow, he bred?
Truer words have never been spoken. Absolutely. This is, I love this. These the it just keeps going. This is
I guess it really is true. There's somebody out there for everybody. Wow.
yep, somebody out there for Alex. That's sad. I like his someone better tell his brother and sister their son is cussing. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh. Is T Brown still in the chat here? T Brown. No, I don't see a comment from T Brown for a while. Poor T Brown. And they don't even understand how anything works. So
T Brown is a tape recorder.
yes, he says
he
what
goes and records, snippets of sound from Nathan Uckley's channel and regurgitates them.
Yes. Yep.
In manners that make no sense in the context of whatever discussion is going on.
Yeah, the curved adjacent. So I have here my teaching tools right there. And I'll include this as well. So I offered to teach it to him for free even. But
the most amusing thing about that is refraction is a thing, whether the Earth is flat or round.
Well, it's not refraction that he's talking about.
Well, yeah, no, it isn't. It isn't. But we measure angles between 2 points, right?
Yep.
Along a line of sight, and refraction affects the line of sight. So there's your curved adjacent.
But again, that's not what he's talking about, and so that
it isn't. But
so,
if he, he asks questions that can be answered in ways that doesn't get to the point he's trying to make, which is the first clue that he doesn't really understand what he's talking about.
Yeah. So here is the curved Earth, and we have our T Brown. It's not T Brown. using a sextant there. So you use the sextant to measure
you can obviate the whole thing by making the sextant a bubble sextant, right?
You can. But
at which point you don't need an adjacent at all. There's no.
Yeah, but there aren't many. I'll say there aren't many bubble sextants. That's not what people usually use, so that's fine. We can still.
But the point of measuring the elevation angle is you can use that to compute the zenith angle. The zenith angle is the thing you want.
Yeah, and you can use a theodolite to do that as well.
Right, and the zenith angle is the thing you multiply by 60 or 69. I prefer nautical miles because I grew up on sailboats. But.
Yeah. All right. So here is the measurement greatly out of scale, right? And you want the elevation, which is off of a horizontal at your point. At your point, there's one horizontal plane at your point that's orthogonal to up.
Yes.
And I'll draw
defined
it
by perpendicular.
Yeah, well, it's three-dimensional, so I use the word orthogonal.
Yeah.
But those words are too big for them.
Flat earthers don't know orthogonal very well. So there we go. There is the horizontal, which is orthogonal to this point, just to that.
I should tell you, I actually used the word orthogonal in a meeting once. And
really?
the person chairing the meeting stopped the meeting and said, "Did you actually use the word orthogonal?"
I've used it as well. So you want theta right there, right? You want theta. And there's this extra one that you don't want. You need to get rid of that. So you take your elevation height and you subtract that. You subtract the dip angle from that. Right there, dip angle. Now, to get the dip angle, you need to know the radius of the Earth, which we know from previous measurements. I can cover that for any flat earther. You also need refraction. So the dip angle and the refraction lets you know this. You need your elevation, and so then you have two charts that you look at. You look at your dip angle chart and your refraction angle chart, and you subtract them off. And so then you have this angle right here, just one angle there. None of this is what he's talking about yet. He's not talking about that yet.
Yep.
What he's talking about.
I do have a pet peeve.
Okay.
People talk about a geometric horizon.
Yes.
There's a physical horizon and an apparent horizon. We can do geometry with either one of them.
Yes.
So both of them are geometric horizons.
Okay.
Right? It's the differences between a physical and an apparent horizon, not an apparent horizon and a geometric horizon.
Yeah, I mean it's
a peeve. It's a peeve. I will right. But this whole notion, there's this geometric horizon thing that like somehow is distinct from an apparent horizon. It's just it's ridiculous buffoonery that we get out of the flat earth folks.
Yeah. So yes, you do need a chart for the dip angle. It's similar to the El Burundi math. It's the same type of basic formula. So, but when he's talking about when he says you can't do the curved adjacent, is he's talking about the circle of equal elevation. That's what he's talking about.
Really?
Yes. As far as I can tell, that's what he's talking about. Because he mentioned it because he said something like you need that to get the distance to the GP.
Is this part of the whole triangulation stuff?
No, there's no triangulation. There's trilateration.
Yeah, I get that. But there's this claim that this involves triangulation.
Yes.
Is that what this is stemming from? That he still thinks we're doing
something with I think they got their butt whipped on the triangulation enough that they've finally stopped with the triangulation, and now they've moved to curved adjacent.
Okay. So curved adjacent then is just a variation of the triangle thing without using the word triangle.
I think they moved to a different part of it, but yeah, I'm gonna do this. So, I'm gonna admit David Brock, just so you know. So David, turn off the stream if you have it on. So yeah, that's so it's then, and I'm gonna keep drawing this while David gets in here. You have your position right there. You don't know where it is. And then you have the GP of the star, and you know the distance away from it because you know the angle of elevation from it. And so you use that and you draw a circle.
Well, actually, you know the zenith angle. The zenith angle that gives you the distance.
Yes, yeah. You take your elevation angle and you...
Right, because the parallel lines from you to the celestial object and from the center of the Earth to the celestial object. And you have a transversal.
Yeah. All right, so here I'll draw the circle. Now, there it is. I moved the dot to here because I had a mug that was the right size. So this is where you are, and this is... Now, you don't know where you are yet, though.
Right. Right.
So you measure...
somewhere on that circle.
Yeah, so you measure another one. I'm going to kind of cheat there.
I think I'll jump off here so you have more room for other people. But thank you for having me on.
All right, yeah, thank you for coming.
All right, bye, pets.
Bye-bye, take care.
Bye. We got David, are you in here?
I am. Can you hear me?
Awesome, yes. All right, here
I'm using a new headset, so.
Okay, oh, that's a familiar voice. So you draw your second circle, and one of these 2 points is where you are. And if you have an idea, then you know that you're at this one, right? But if you're unsure, then you do a third trilateration, and you get a third one.
Usually you've done some dead reckoning.
Yeah.
That will have told you that you can't be this point that's with echo there. You're near this other point, so this must be the fix.
Yeah.
That's usually the case.
So there you go. There's your third point.
Right.
So, all right. Welcome, David.
Hey, Toon, how are you?
I'm good. I mean, you saw my book last week. Showed it, right?
Yeah.
This one. And that other one, the 10th edition, I think. 13th or 10th edition. I'm going to grab one of those. Of the Introduction to Geometrics.
Are those levels on the cover of that book?
These are, no, they're tripods with a plumb bob hanging from it.
Yeah, but that would look like a level to me.
Oh yeah, that up here is an instrument of some sort, and I don't know if it's.
Yeah.
It
probably not a level. You typically don't need a plumb bob under your level.
So probably
the old dumpy levels you needed them.
Oh no, I've never used a dumpy level, so
that will date me.
That does, and it dates David to not having used one, I suppose.
Yeah, no, this is long before the advent of automatic levels.
Well, for most of my career, I use digital levels. So,
my dad was a Lancer. His initials were RLS, so he was RLS the RLS.
Convenient.
Yep.
Oh, poor guy. Poor Alex.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, so all right, I'm gonna get rid of him. I'm done looking at his nonsense, and I'm going to there we go. Done with that. So all right. So welcome again. I said I'm sorry. This is a little bit, I don't do that much. I got this also at your suggestion there, David.
Oh, an engineer scale. Those things are great.
I remember those.
This came with it. So I was using, and somebody's like, you can't do that. I was using this for a straight edge.
Oh yeah, that's super bad.
Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about measurement accuracy, and David and I were about how when you measure something and you use fractions, right, like inches, and you do something like 1/8 of an inch, which has 4 significant figures in it, right?
Yep.
But if the rest of your measurements, like if you also include half, which only has 1 significant figure, how many significant figures do you use?
Well, you could make it 1.500, right?
You could.
And I think you can make an argument that ratios like 1/2 have an exact value, then have an infinite number of significant figures, and you treat them like unit conversions. You could make that argument.
Yeah, okay.
The precision is usually determined by the precision of the overall calculation is determined by the least precise measurement that you have. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like the weakest link in a chain.
And a flat earther's least their least accurate measurement is no measurement. With 0 significant figures.
Well, there's a difference between accuracy and precision.
Yeah. Yes. They have 0 in either category.
Yes.
Like asking a flat earther to explain those two concepts and how they're different would be interesting.
No, yeah, exactly. They can't. I just got.
If you want to really mess with a flat earther, ask them, why do you measure an angle, a vertical angle or a horizontal angle with a theodolite? You measure it once direct and once reversed. Ask them what that means and why do you do that. David, do you know?
Well, yeah, it's because your theodolite's gonna have random error.
Yeah.
And so by measuring forward and reverse, you find out you have basically a way to quantify that.
Well, let's describe what forward and reverse means first.
Well, so first off, I'm a college professor and I teach land surveying. So I explain this to college freshmen. So when you're measuring a forward angle,
here's the telescope.
Yes.
So, and the giveaway with a theodolite or a total station, your zenith angle, if you're looking straight ahead, dead level is 90 degrees. You measure horizontal angle, and it's either called flopping or plunging the scope, and you rotate the scope on the vertical axis 180 degrees, rotate it horizontally back to your target, and then you remeasure the angle. So you have an angle that's supposed to be offset by 180.
Right.
But it rarely ever is because of random error, the random error that we can't avoid in our measurements.
Right. And the thinking behind that is that whatever instrument error you have will exist in one direction, correct?
Correct, yeah.
And by doing once direct and once reverse, you cancel out the instrument error.
Exactly. And what I have my students do is I have them average those two angle values, and we call the average our best representation of the true value.
Right.
But also the knowledge that the true value can't be known.
Yeah, we used to do that like 3 times. And then you could use statistical methods to determine the variance amongst your measurements. But you would do once direct and once reverse, but you do that 3, so you had 6 measurements that you did. Is that what you teach, or is that?
I only have them do it twice.
Okay.
3? But I do tell them, like, my grandfather's war stories of doing it 16 times.
Wow.
Yeah, no, we never had enough time to do it that way.
Yeah, we only have a 30-second transit. You start taking a lot of measurements.
When you say 16, is that 8 forward and 8 reverse, or is that 16 forward, 16 reverse, so total
16
32?
Forward, 16 reverse.
So it's 32.
Yeah, 32 total measurements.
That's a good amount.
And you're reading a vernier scale then, right? Because that's not.
Yeah, well, if you're using like an engineer's transit, yeah, it's a vernier scale. That I still have my great grandfather's transit that he bought when he graduated from Ohio State in the 20s, and he actually has a magnifying glass tied to it. So.
Oh God, I remember those. My dad had a little pouch for his magnifying glass that was right next to his plumb book. It was on his belt. It was always there.
That's pretty cool. But I think some people in the chat are like, what the heck is this about? So apparently First Amendment says we are violating reality. I'm guessing that First Amendment is a flurf. Oh, Beast Militia loves it. So David, we were talking about differential leveling, which is about the extent of what planar surveyors do. Is that right?
Yeah.
So like the flat earthers that are surveyors generally have only ever done differential leveling.
That would be my guess, yes.
Yeah. So, and I was asking, how is it that differential leveling accounts for the curvature of the Earth and negates it? And your explanation was perfect. It completely nailed it for me. because I wasn't getting that. I was thinking, well, you double it, right? You do it again, you're going to double it. You do it again, you're going to double it. You're going to do it again. Every time you do it, you're going to not double, but you're going to add to it. You're going to increase your error. But so explain to me again, to everybody, how it is that it cancels the error.
So now I should have my computer with my CAD license. So
I could draw pictures if you want.
Okay. So when you're
There you
differential leveling, you have two measurements. You have a back sight, which is on a point with known elevation. So that can be a benchmark, or you could you've transferred elevation elsewhere further in your loop. So the idea is that the person with a rod, when you take the measurement on the back sight, they are going to somehow measure the distance to the level. And typically with the kind of error budgets we have for differential leveling, just counting your steps on your way there is enough. There are other ways using the level to get more precise measurement of the distance. And then the idea is the rod man to going to the foresight, which is a measurement on a point of unknown elevation. The person with the rod will will count their steps from the backside to the level, then count the same number of steps from the level to the foresight location. And because the curvature of the earth is relatively consistent over short distances, and with differential leveling, we're talking overall distance, at the max end of things at 200 meters end to end, so 200 meter halves between the level. So the curvature is pretty consistent across that, and by keeping those equal, the distortion that's brought in by the curvature of the earth will be more or less equal on either end. And the backside measurements, when we do the computations, backside measurements are always treated as positive, foresight are always treated as negative. So that little extra bit we're reading high on the backside gets subtracted away by the little extra bit we're reading high on the foresight.
This. There you go. So yeah, so if I can try to do my best here, this elevation here, you're reading it off of this. So this is the level that you're reading off of, and you're going to get a number off of this ruler, right? You're going to do the same this way. You're going to get a number off this ruler, and you add one side, you subtract the other side. That gives you your elevation of your level. And since you add one side and subtract the other side, this error here and this error here cancel each other out, all going on the assumption that the distance between them is the same, right? That's the important part.
That's the important part, and that's a big thing I have to stress with my students, because I see them just like, oh, we'll just go 300. We can see almost 200 yards this way across campus. Let's go there. And it's like, probably shouldn't do that, guys. So,
yeah.
But yeah, that is best practice when you're doing any kind of differential leveling, is to keep your foresight distance, the distance between the backside and the level and the level and the foresight the same, or as close to the same as you can manage in the field.
Now here is the utmost in ignorance and indoctrination from First Amendment. Says it's just regurgitation of what was paid for, read from a book. Everything that you've said there.
I see.
Can you the
fact
hubris?
I've done this thousands of times in the field, and I know the math works.
Exactly. The hubris of somebody that is absolutely ignorant, like this First Amendment guy, who's never done this, doesn't know it, and you, who have done it, have done the math, and have been responsible for the accuracy of these measurements.
I just stood out in the field with a leveling rod, and I know what the procedures are done, and I know enough to keep my mouth shut while David's talking.
I appreciate that, Rick.
So, First Amendment, you don't know anything about this. Know your place. You don't have any place to complain about it, to have an opinion about it. Right? You're not qualified to have an opinion. That's the problem, First Amendment. You think you can debunk it when you're not educated enough to even have an opinion. It's really sad.
I will say it's always fascinated me how Severe's approach error. and you know, error measurements. My dad used to spend hours with a traverse and going over the measurements and figuring out how to apportion the accumulated error among the various points in the traverse.
And Rick, that is what hooked me on surveying, is just this completely, like, for me, like as a college student, it was just mind blowing. Like, hang on, we can just like quantify the error and then treat it statistically and come up with the most probable answer. The correct answer doesn't exist. There's only the most probable answer.
Right.
That was just mind blowing. That's what hooked me.
It's absolutely fascinating. The care that's taken to like, you know, these. I remember, this will date me again. Least squares was just becoming the thing. There was a professor at the University of Wisconsin who came up with a way to compute that computationally on a computer, and we were trying to implement his algorithms on little K Pro 2, and that's what got me into programming and why I now write software for a living. But yeah, it's fascinating how that just sort of grabs you and hooks you and pulls you in.
To look at, I mean, you said it already, to go through all of the measurements and go from one benchmark to another, and there's error, and then know what you can do to take that quantification and deal with it so that the error is either removed or appropriately dealt with. It's good stuff. It's complicated.
My dad used to say that, and we did meets and bounds surveys, and so our job was to place markers in the ground to mark property boundaries, and the markers consisted of a 1-inch pipe. And what we were saying is that the actual point was somewhere inside the circle of that 1-inch pipe. We couldn't tell you exactly where, but it was somewhere inside that pipe.
Yeah, we always used to say when I was working in industry before I started teaching, was if you're on the cap, you're doing great.
Yes.
On the cap.
In most jurisdictions now, you're required to have some kind of cap on top of the marker that has information on it. So
Yes.
like where I'm licensed, you're required to have the name of whatever corporation is licensed to provide surveying services, and then whoever the supervising surveyor is, you need to have their license number, so that if someone finds it, they can go look up, find out who you are, and if they have a question about it, they can track you down.
Yeah, that's all very new from when I worked with my dad doing this stuff.
Yeah. Like the jurisdiction I live in, they require a 30-inch rebar for a property corner. You need a 30-inch rebar, and then depending where it is in a subdivision, they either want a yellow plastic cap that's at least 1 inch wide or a 2-inch wide cap made of aluminum. And then the aluminum caps will actually stamp information on those in the field.
Yeah, so I recall we used 2-inch pipes for subdivision boundaries.
Yeah, because I'd have to check the specs. I haven't done anything in where I live, but recently, but I think it's like a 2-inch Al cap on the subdivision corners. Then individual lots just get yellow. You'll just get the cheap plastic caps. But the idea is they have information on them about what surveyor put that in the ground, because we are licensed surveyors. We're personally liable for any errors that cause damage.
Yes.
So
personally liable.
Yes, we're personally liable. It is the cheapest insurance policy you'll ever have. I actually know a couple of guys who are retired. They still pay for their error and omission insurance because they don't want some mistake they made 10 years ago coming and ruining their retirement.
Wow. That's something.
What state are you in, David?
I'm in Alaska. So.
I grew up in Wisconsin, so I can tell you what the laws are. The rules were in Wisconsin some mumble years ago. But you get some great stories out of these guys. I mean, my dad had a survey for a piece of property where the boundary description was the north line of the property was some section line. The east boundary of the property were the waters of Green Bay. The west boundary of the property was some highway right of way. The south boundary was such as to make 2 acres. Right? Well, from the time that description was written to when my dad did the survey, the waters of Green Bay had receded and the highway had moved west. So that when you drew the south boundary,
it doesn't work. Yeah,
2 acres, right? The property line went through the property owner's kitchen.
Oh,
right. Take the east and the south boundaries, move the east to the east and the west to the west. You got to move that southern boundary up to make 2 acres, right?
Yeah. Yeah, ambiguous descriptions, or especially older descriptions, they get ambiguous like that. I try to teach my students to write better, to write more specific descriptions, because stuff like that does happen.
Yes.
So, I think there was a case in Missouri where the surveyors who laid out the I-70 going through the middle of the state used the wrong monument for the second.
Oh no! Oh no!
So, and no one figured it out for years.
Of course not.
So, if you are personally responsible, would you want to make errors?
No, and that's also why the barrier to entry to get a license is so high.
That's true. But it goes to the claims made by the flat earthers. Because if it was just non-true things that you are regurgitating from a book, and then you got it wrong because you are including things that aren't there, right? So if you do calculations that include the curvature of the Earth, it will and if the Earth actually isn't that shape, then what will happen?
Oh yeah, then especially if you're doing something like a large commercial development where you have someone who has a lawyer who's under the same column in the budget as keeping the lights on. He's not suing someone; he's just a waste of money. Yeah, I have an acquaintance who has a construction surveying business in Las Vegas, and basically in the RFP, his company did part of the construction survey for the Bellagio, $1 billion project. The first question they asked was not, "Can you do this?" It's, "Do you have insurance?" Because they knew if they just sued him and he didn't have insurance, we'll bankrupt some small company of 5 employees. Who cares? Yeah, insurance companies have money to pay. So yeah, that's the idea that we would just make this stuff up and pretend things are the Earth's round when it's not, and that's the liability there is insane.
Yeah.
So to go back to expand on that, though, that if this book says when you do something that's of a certain distance, you need to include calculations for the radius of the Earth. And if you then do include calculations for the radius of the Earth, and if the Earth isn't that shape, you will get the measurements wrong, and the Bellagio will be built in the wrong place, and the property owner next door who comes along and says, "Hold on a second, you put your parking lot or your big building several feet into my property line, we're going to court."
Yeah, and courts have always held that the existing property owner has the rights. They could basically say they can force a sale, or basically tell them tear the building down.
Wow.
So
that's a lot of money. So First Amendment in the chat here says calls what we're doing clinging to science and math of their reality. Actually, this intersects reality, because if the science and math is wrong, then the reality will be wrong, and somebody's getting sued. Or worse, somebody could get hurt because things happen because they're incorrectly built or they're put on something that's wrong, or the foundations aren't right, or the elevation of a drain pipe is wrong and water backs up and causes flooding and people, property damage, or worse, people could get injured.
Yeah.
All on clinging, according to him, clinging to math and science, and apparently he thinks not reality.
Well, a few years ago, I clung to math and science to position a tower that was so it was the correct fall down distance away from neighboring houses. So I sure hope I was right.
That's a good thing. But Mr. First Amendment thinks you did it wrong somehow.
Well,
In his bold ignorance, he thinks you did it wrong.
But isn't that sort of the kind of thing that's said by people who flunked math classes?
It is. They do tend to hide behind, it's all wrong, I'm right, when they can't understand math. Oh, the poor Dunning-Kruger people. Yeah, it's sad and amusing. And I saw earlier he's a fan of Witsit, which makes sense. Witsit is massively stupid. But is very good at fooling people into thinking he's smart because he talks fast. But he's a serial liar as well. Hey, First Amendment. Witsit says he went to college for a little bit and then he got a full ride scholarship for football. Now, what school does he say he went to? First Amendment. Did you look that up? Did you do your own research to see if he's telling the truth? You did not, because the school that Witsit said he went to for a full ride scholarship for football is a Division III football sports college. Division III colleges are prohibited from full ride scholarships for sports. So which is it? Did he get a scholarship? Or did the rules change just for him? You didn't do your research. He lied. It's a First Amendment. He lied. What do you say about that? Did you do your research? I did. You didn't. No idea, says First Amendment. Yeah, your hero, your champion, is a serial liar. First Amendment, your champion Witsit says that NASA uses Saros cycles to predict the exact date, time, and location of eclipses. But in fact, they use the VSOP 87 and the ELP 2000 model to predict the exact time and location. And they are geometric models of the Earth and the Moon and the Sun orbiting each other. And the distance between the Earth and the Moon was, this is great, was because of the laser between the Earth and the Moon that the Apollo missions put there. Wow.
Who is the guy who tried to make a big deal out of the Bolivar Salt Flats?
The what?
In Bolivia?
The salt flats in Bolivia? There's a few of them. They bring it up often.
But he sent you a link to a website.
The guy that I had on, Davey Duarte?
I think that's who it was.
Yes, and the link that he sent was the elevations were obtained by the space shuttle.
By the ISS.
No, the space shuttle.
And were referenced to an ellipsoidal.
Yes, they were referenced to it. Yeah, the second one is there's a second survey that's more accurate, but that wasn't from the space shuttle. That was just using GPS, which is then referenced to WGS 84.
But that was
an ellipsoid.
I laughed so hard at that one.
Yes.
It almost hurt. Your own source, dude. Your own source.
They do that a lot. All right, so I see James. I don't know who James is. Is it the same James that was in here earlier? I'm gonna let James in. So Here comes James.
I would be perfectly willing to stipulate that at human scale, the Earth is approximately flat.
Yeah, in a very.
So if you want to say, but it looks flat to me, the answer is, well, of course, because at human scale, the Earth is approximately flat.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, James, I can.
Oh, wow. Man, hey, I'm glad you did an open panel. I've been wanting to say hi to you for about a year and a half, 2 years now. Got turned on to you. Listening to a lot of your videos, I'm Christian. I understand your beliefs on that, and I respect that, okay? But Christianity / Bible and your non-Christianity and beliefs in your science, they can and do coexist.
Yeah.
It just takes the smart people to understand that. And the ones that aren't smart become flat earthers. Stuff like that.
Yeah, subset of them, yeah.
Because I hate when this one thing that really gets under my skin is when these flirts come on here and start quoting the Bible to prove a flat earth, and the Bible does the exact opposite, and it's backed up by science that man knows today, and they just don't understand.
Yeah, they're putting the cart before the horse.
Exactly.
You don't go to somebody that doesn't take the Bible as authoritative and say, the Bible says anything. They don't care, right? And if, in addition, you say the Bible says, and then the next thing you say is demonstrably false, it definitely isn't going to help.
No. It's on either side of the argument. If I believe that globe Earth, which I do, or I believed in a flat Earth, me being a Christian, I wouldn't use the Bible as an argument, because if you believe in the Bible, the content and the knowledge that is getting from it, you don't want to mock it, and that goes with any text that let's say atheist scientists have put out, which I've read quite a few texts in my life. Knowing that they didn't believe, or they have a different belief, but their science knowledge is true and on spot, I would be an idiot to let the Bible say, oh, that's not true.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people that you and some other people talk about, they don't understand. Because I'm involved in a couple other live streams. I'm not going to give any shout outs, but I always tell them, if you don't understand, you got to shut up, listen, and look at the bigger picture. Because if you stay right here, I know I'm kind of dark in the picture, you're going to stay that shallow-minded, narrow-visioned your whole life. And I don't care if you believe in this, you believe in that, you don't believe in this, you don't believe in that. You got to look at both sides of the story, and I know you do, because you do your research. Everybody, this goes to everybody listening. You got to do your research on the stuff you believe and the stuff you don't believe. Because even in stuff that you don't believe, there's always going to be a little nugget of something that's going to be like, oh, wow, that actually kind of changes my opinion a little bit away. And usually what happens, which I've seen on shows like this, is that little nugget you get from their side only emboldens your opinion and your beliefs. And they don't see that.
Yeah. I see that. Yeah. People definitely do get emboldened in their beliefs when challenged. Sometimes there's some disagreement on whether or not that happens, but I think I see it.
Yeah. But, it just, between you and me, I think the only beef that we could come up is the religion part and evolution. But that's the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get into that. That's not what tonight's about. But I just want, I don't know if you've. I'm sorry, I'm kind of crackling my headphones. I ain't crackling on
No,
YouTube or whatever.
Sounds fine.
Okay, maybe I'm talking too loud. Anyway, I don't know if you've ever had a conversation with a Christian that believes in the same science that you do to a certain degree, going into evolution, that would be willing to go, because I love your science. I love listening to you guys, because I know, most of you are, I don't categorize as atheists, unbelievers. Okay, I'll just say that, unbelievers. But to know that there's Christian people out there that believe to a certain degree the same science, and we're on board the same way. And when you get people like these flirts come on, one, I find it hilarious, but two, I find it infuriating, because they're using a text that I believe in to push nonsense.
Yeah.
And I just want because I know,
it's offensive.
I'm in chat, I see, when flirts bring up the Bible, I see all, in the chat, the responses about people, their different beliefs about the Bible. And it's like, that's only a minority of people that believe in the Bible, believe in that nonsense. And I just hope people grasp that, because I've always wanted to come on here and say that. It's like, you can't put all Christians in one little tiny bottle of flurf stupidness. That's just a small population. And not all of us believe it.
Yeah. Apophis Rex says Christians need to clean house. Unfortunately,
oh yeah.
You can't kick them out. And make them stop using the Bible. They'll just keep using it. So,
or they'll write a new version of it,
or whatever. But yeah, I mean, Whitsit, that most flat earthers, don't go to church, and if they did, would not be in their churches be allowed to just start yapping about flat earth. The people would be like, get out of here.
Hey, so can I say something real quick?
Sure.
Next time you get a flurf come on and start spouting out, Bible facts, ask them if they can get any facts from the Quran or the Book of Mormon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some of these other religions, because that'll just break down their argument right there, because they're all supposed to coalesce, but they don't.
Yeah,
they don't. I'm just, my main purpose here tonight is like, even though you don't agree with, Christianity, and I totally respect that.
I do.
Well, anyway, it's like, it seems like, if I had one thing to ask of you is, it's like, I always tell people, like, whenever you hear somebody that's speaking definitely different, and I'm pretty sure you do this, it's like you always have that little what if conversation with yourself, trying to look at it from their perspective, because like I said, any information you can get from the other side will probably make your side stronger in the long run. And it helps, because I know for me, it helps me understand those I disagree with, instead of me getting, I'm prior Marine, instead of me yelling and screaming in their face, or, doing the old knife hand, I can actually sit down and have a conversation with them. And they're the ones that get upset. And I'm like, I was like, it ain't rocket science, bud. You can make it rocket science, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it's certainly not. Microraptor wants to ask you a question.
Sure.
And so I'm going to let Microraptor in a second here.
Okay.
It's about.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I got stories about my beard. I always get asked about the beard. Just so you know, if you want to know who I am in chat, I'll tell you. I'm Free Rebel 626 for those that want to troll me. This is like the 4th live stream that I've been able to interact with here in the last few months, because I got one I do every night, and it don't take long to get trolls.
Yeah.
It does not take long. Anyway, Microraptor has a question?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you Santa?
Oh, no.
Are you Santa?
No.
Yeah.
No. It's not that white yet.
No. It is a very nice beard.
I appreciate it. I used to have it down to my waist. I could tuck it into my pants at one time. Yeah, when it gets really long, because this is right at chest level, but when it gets longer, when I eat, I'd have to tuck it in my shirt so I wouldn't get food on my beard. Yeah, that's the funny. Tricks of the trade. That's the tricks of the trades you learn when you got a lot of facial hair. And this is kind of a trademark of being a Marine veteran.
Oh, you have to have a big beard to be a veteran?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go completely against the grooming standards you were forced to adopt beforehand.
Exactly. I mean, hold on. I'm gonna move my headphones for a second.
Oh yeah.
It's
not high.
That's
not high and tight.
No, this is longer than 3 inches. I guarantee you. I tell you what, that's some of the best years of my life, though. But yeah, hey, I want to ask you about somebody, if I can.
Okay.
I haven't. It's another YouTuber. He's the one that turned me on to you because you was live streaming with him.
Okay.
And if I can, Red's Rhetoric.
Yep.
What's up? I haven't seen him do any live streams other than the shuttle or the rocket launches and stuff.
Yeah. So he, I don't know. It was probably March and April. So around March and April, some news came out about a charity event where they're raising money for somebody, a good amount of money for somebody, and had done that more than a year prior. And I think,
yeah, I remember that.
And that, I'm not going to name any names. It's not important. So that person had not used the money as it was intended. I in fact, I donated a small amount to that particular thing myself. People got upset about it. And since then, Reds just kind of stopped. So.
Oh wow. Yeah. See, I didn't know what happened. Knowing his religious beliefs. I was actually praying that he's all right. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm glad he's doing okay. I hope he comes back on, man. His attitude, and I use that lightly because you know how he tends to get fired up.
Yeah.
That's me, but in a Christian way when I get on a hot topic.
So, all right, now, and the George said wanted to come in, and he dropped out again. But Jordan, if you want to come in, you can. But there he is. So but we're gonna not go a whole lot longer here. So we've got a good number right now.
I'm so happy you let me come on tonight.
I'm glad to have you.
So cool.
So
first time caller, long time listener.
That's so weird to hear.
Did I just age myself?
No, it's weird to hear towards me. That's why. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying to do it or not, but yeah. Let me just have a little tune shine here. Yeah, Red's debate with Jaron was I don't know why Jaron didn't just change his name, have plastic surgery, and move to a different country after that debate. He should have. It's still up.
He probably plotted his course wrong on his flat Earth map and ended up in the middle of the ocean and fell in. Sorry.
Yeah, so that, for people wondering, that was more than 3 years ago. It's still on the Non Sequitur Show channel. So
yeah, I went back and watched them. I mean, that is pure comedy, and I'm a Christian, and that's pure comedy to me.
Yeah,
because it's like you can't deny the science, and
well,
you can't push.
They
and you
do.
Can't push, and you can't push an opinion without the science. That is like, I've always wanted to come on here and tell you, not all Christians are like that. That's the basic message of what I'm trying to say. We're not all like that.
We know you're not all like that. Us non-Christians, we know that. Like the vast majority of religious people are not like that. The flow thinks it's some atheist conspiracy, but like the majority of people think it's a global religious.
Yeah. Well, I've talked, I got friends that are or were atheists when I met them, and they found out I was Christian. They started asking me questions that I answered them. So I said, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And I started asking them, there's an atheist/agnostic test that you can give to atheists. And a majority of the time, a lot of these I don't say for self-proclaimed, that's disrespectful. A lot of these people that think they're atheists, actually are agnostic. And when when they realize that, I give them some direction, even though I don't believe in agnostic beliefs. I give them direction so they can at least understand, just to help them out further in life. I'm not that big of a jerk.
I don't call myself either agnostic or atheist. I like the question, like, is there a God? I just say I don't know. I don't think there is one. I don't think there isn't one. Like, I have no idea.
Hello,
but I
hello,
don't need
hello.
one in my life.
Hey, what's up, Jord?
Hello.
You had a question, Jord?
I did not have a question.
Oh.
No, I just wanted to come in. I just
Oh,
wanted
okay,
to
sorry.
talk to MC Tim. It's been a while. How you doing, Tim?
Yes, it's good. I'm all good. I see Mallory is in the chat here. She is a sort of flat earther and is a mod and timed out High Inquisitor. And so I responded by promoting High Inquisitor to a mod. And also I will now respond by saying, don't do that, Mallory, if you want to continue to be a mod.
You're not allowed to use your straight jacket here, Mallory. That's only in your Discord. I probably just got straight jacketed in Mallory's.
Yep, you definitely will. We've got Mallory next week.
Is there any way you could put a link to her Discord in Discord general on your chat?
People could somebody, I can't, but could somebody put a link to Mallory's Discord?
One of your handlers.
Right now.
But yes, my handlers.
See, maybe I would if she would announce me as her vice president for her presidential campaign, but she won't do that. So,
well, if you're
why
gonna
would I give her any traffic?
If you're gonna be VP, you gotta have that annoying cackle whenever you laugh. Do you have that?
No, I just want a fly to land on my head during a debate. That's all.
All right.
It's my only aim for being vice president.
So the name of this debate, I'm going to have to change to The Time I Found Santa.
Hey, this is history in the making right here. People will be talking about this night 20, 40 years from now in that future, social media.
I mean, when I first got on Toon Stream, people were freaking out because they thought I was Jesus, and then they found out I was just a clone of Punchy. So,
yes.
Oh, there it is.
The Time I Found Santa. All right, I'll have to update the other stuff. Let's see. Oh, I missed this. All right, so Cinnamon Control said, so are degrees a good thing when flat earthers get them, but indoctrination when everyone else does? Yes, apparently. They are happy to talk about Dr. John D, who's not really a doctor, and promote him as some sort of an authority because he's a doctor. But anybody else gets a degree. No.
It's what's that thing? The law stolen concept. It's a problem when we do it, but if they can use, like, they see that we use big multiple what's the word, titles like doctor and PhD and MDD and all of that stuff. I know MDD isn't that dentistry, I don't know, either way. And then they're like, oh well, they're using those big long titles, so all we got to do is find someone with a big long title, and that makes us as right as them. It's just,
it was kind of like when FE Core were doing their leveling experiment near, I think it was near Denver, and they were bragging about how they had a PLS, a professional land surveyor, or RLS, registered land surveyor, was going to be present. And that was, I think, specifically directed like Jesse Kolswowski, who's himself a licensed surveyor in his home state.
Yeah.
And it's like they cared about credentials up until they didn't, kind of thing.
Hey, Mike,
Yes.
I'm gonna let you know something. You got your tune juice that you like.
The Toonshine?
Toonshine.
Yeah, tune shine. Sorry, I got my tune herb that I like. Okay.
That does give you a toony feeling.
Yeah, it does. It helps because I can't drink Toonshine because I'm type 2 diabetic. But anyway, I want to mention
you could drink my Toonshine.
Oh, I thought
This
you
is-
actually drinking.
Yeah.
James,
anyway,
that's actually incredibly diabetically friendly, isn't that?
Yes,
There's no sugar in here, and it's not alcohol.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I want to mention, if I can, I would like to mention a doctor's name that not only hits. I'm gonna say this because I'm on the tune herb, hits a nerve with flat earthers, but also people that I would believe as Mike. And if I can say his name without getting kicked off the panel, that's Dr. Ken Hovind. See what I mean? See what I mean?
It's
exactly.
because he's not a doctor, though. It's because he's.
I know. But I'm just saying.
Don't
if somebody were to
don't call him Dr. Kent. You
A
can
little
either
bit of
say doctor or you can say
I know.
Kent Hovind.
It's a bit like
okay.
Stolen Valor.
How about Kenny Boy?
That
Can we go
works.
there, Kenny Boy? Okay. With my Christian beliefs, a lot that he says, I allow to validate my beliefs, but everything that he believes in, I don't agree with. And that's a good example of how a lot of people are listening right now. That's how even in your own party, you're going to have opposition, but you still need to have that open mind to understand what they're saying so you can understand exactly what you disagree with so that you can work around that problem and not let it cause all some sort of hubris in your community, if I use that word right. Hubris, there you go.
Hubris.
The herb's kicking a little bit.
See,
hey, you've been taking all these herbs and you're still not a flat earther, so.
Who, me? No. But I'm like, with I'm sorry for cutting you off, but everybody that's on here and listening, I mean, how many times have you had somebody like myself talk to you in a mild manner without yelling and screaming and calling you stupid or saying you're going to go to hell because of your beliefs, and actually talk and make sense?
Man, I mean, honestly, I think as far as I know Toon's Christian, but I don't know about anybody else. Isn't Microraptor here? I think she's atheist as well.
Maybe I was getting you mixed up with Craig.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm not
Craig's
Craig.
the one.
Craig's an atheist.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay, there you go. That's who I meant. I get you two mixed up sometimes, man. I'm sorry.
It's the herb.
How could you?
Yeah.
One of them's Batman. I mean, Craig's not Batman.
I'm Batman, people. I'm Batman.
But see,
he just
Mike
has a cheap suit.
Yeah, but Mike, see, you and Craig have the same belief when it comes to flat Earth, but when it comes to religion, you don't. But yet you two can get along.
We get along just fine. Yeah.
So why can't the people of y'all's community? I live in the South. Y'all's community that don't quite understand Christian beliefs like I do, engage in conversation with people. You got to find people like me because they're out there. They're just you got to figure out if they're too wackadoodle with their religion first. But we're out here. There's Christians that can believe without judgment.
You don't need to.
And still keep their belief.
We don't need to try and find you. You're around.
I will actually say, I've actually talked to Toon on a couple occasions trying to set up debates with theists because there are a couple things that I don't really want to get into it here because I don't want to turn this into a theist debate, mainly because I'm not prepared for that. To steal one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Kent Hovind. Kenny Boy. I'm able to have that conversation. It's just what ends up happening with me when talking to theists is that not only is it two people talking at each other instead of talking to each other most of the time, unless there is a third party there to keep it civil. It devolves really quickly because that's worldview there. You can debate ideas easily. Ideas boil down to dumpster fires easily, then talk about your entire worldview, what you base your life around, and it can just get heated quick.
Yeah, I understand. Mike, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm taking over your show, but if I can get 2 minutes, I can prove my Christian belief with the respect for other beliefs, if you could, sorry.
Let's do that, and then we're gonna say our goodbyes here. So
okay, awesome. I appreciate it. Okay, Christians believe when they die, they go to heaven or hell. Hopefully heaven, because they're Christians, right?
Yep.
Okay. The opposite extreme of that is when you die, poof, you're just a memory, right? Okay. For those that believe that, I applaud that, because that is a noble outcome, that when you die, it's just done. That would be something that I would look forward to. With my Christian belief turned out to be wrong, that when I died, I'm just poof. I'm happy with that if that's true with me being a Christian, okay? Now, on the other side of the story, let's say you're the one that believes that when you die, you're just poof. But when you die, you're standing before somebody who's got information from that knows everything about your life, and that depends on where you spend eternity. Either way, I got something to look forward to. What does the other person got to look forward to in both situations? And that's what, I try to preach in a nutshell. Because I respect the other person's opinion enough to show that, their belief is something to look forward to. Because I would rather just go poof than go to hell.
Yeah, is that not Pascal's wager though?
That is Pascal's wager, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Is it? I've heard that, but I didn't know that's what it was. I came
it's like one of the. I'm not meaning to, because it's not a horrible position to hold, but it is just one of the stereotypical arguments for a theistic God. Like I said, it's not a horrible argument. I can think of worse arguments for God, but.
Well, I've heard of that, but I didn't know that's what it was. So I'm glad it came on, because I just learned something very valuable tonight.
There you go. All right.
From some.
Hey, appreciate having you on and hearing that. And people, I love that people invent things independent of other people inventing them years before. And it's a cool thing to do. So Pascal was a great philosopher. So there you go. You got something in common with a great philosopher. Yeah, Jord, anything you want to say here to wrap up?
Just like normal, hug your loved ones, everybody.
Let's see. Microraptor.
Keep smiling.
Glad to have you on. Micro from let's see, Norway, right? Sweden. Are you in Sweden?
Sweden.
Yes, I'm sorry I said Norway. Thank
No
you.
worries.
Thank you.
One of them their countries.
Yes, Rick.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. You know how to get a hold of me if you have any problems with back office.
Yes. And
Cool.
Let's see, we got David Brock.
Well, thanks for having me on, Tune. So,
yes.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for coming on, everybody. Thank you to everybody for the incredibly fun show that did not include very much Alex, who is very vile and horrible. So that was a that was a treat to not have him on very often or very long. And this is one more time, because this is the last one before Christmas. I don't know if I'll do them next week or not. The heavy metal O Come Emmanuel, my favorite Christmas song. We'll see you all later. Bye.
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 All right.